Hello everybody. Once again I am here with you for the new session and we are looking for the last one point or the 2 points are to be there, in which the one of the that point is to be thermionic emission. And what exactly the thermionic emission is to be there, it's simply name is suggesting the thermal energy or the thermal energy which called to the escape of the electron is to be there. Now what exactly this thermionic emission is to be there, in simple way we are known to be that the particularly when the electron inside the metal is going to be there, when we are looking for that emission of the electron from this metal required additional energy, some external energy is to be there, and which may be uh, external energy or the agents are to be number of agents, and with that the escape of this electron will be there from this metal. And to get the sufficient energy, either it is the external field is going to be there, when the electron will get the such type of the external energy from the outside, and then only the it will escape from that metal is to be there. And the surface from the surface it will leave that particular metal is to be there. And getting this external energy, basically uh, the another one important factor is to be the what bombarding efficiency is to be there, transfer of energy from the electron from the external field is to be there, that is to be again important. And in addition to that, the additionally the properties of that material itself is to be very plays a very important role in the emission of the electron from the metal is to be there. The strongly it depends upon the properties of that material is to be there, and the electrons remains inside still, the forces it will not get to escape from that metal surface is to be there. When it get the sufficient amount of the extra energy to escape the electron, they will leave the surface and the emission of the electron takes place. Now for this escape of the electron from the external field, it is we have seen the electrical conductivity of the metal is to be the result of the electron within the material which are not definitely attached to any particular molecule. But for the free electrons, for these free electrons to escape from the surface, they must perform amount of work to overcome these gravitational forces are to be there, and they require the kinetic energy to sufficient kinetic energy to that is to where then free electron exceeds to that particular amount of work done is to be there, and then only they will escape from that surfaces. And the kinetic energy will be increasing, in which cases they will get the at the normal room temperature, these electrons will not get the sufficient energy when the but sufficient kinetic energy to leave the surface of that metal is to be there. As the high temperature is going to be applied, the number of electrons will have the kinetic energy required to escape that particular surface is to be there. This results into the thermionic emission or the emission of the electron, we can say. The process of this thermionic emission is very similar to the evaporation is to be there. That is the evaporation, in generally we can get the sufficient amount of the temperature, and then the molecules will get to be as an evaporation takes place. In such cases the same the thermionic emission of the electrons from that substance is going to be occurring. Now as far as this emission is going to be concerned, the number of electrons emitted per unit area of the emitting surface is related to about the temperature, hot amount of the temperature is going to be there perform, and the temperature of the emitting material and the quantity of the work done W0, that is the measure of the work that is the electron must perform in the escaping from that surface is to be there. According to this equation, that is I is equal to AT square exponential of minus of W0 by K T is to be there, where this relationship gives you how much amount of the thermionic emission is to be there, and that is what the relationship is to be there. In simple way, whenever the electron inside the metal will not get the sufficient amount of the energy or the kinetic energy to escape the electrons, the emission of the electrons will not take place. And as far as the kinetic energy is going to be concerned, it is to be again to be as a thermal energy. Whenever the temperature is going to be increased and the energy is going to be transferred, and the electron will get the sufficient amount of the kinetic energy to escape from the surface, and that is what the thermionic emission is to be there. Again, it is totally depending upon the properties of that material is to be there. So this is all about the what the thermionic emission is to be there. And again, thank you for the joining this session. Last point or the remaining that we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.